Laos is home to some of the most remarkable primates on Earth. The most iconic are the northern white-cheeked gibbon and the yellow-cheeked gibbon, species found almost nowhere else. And in the north, the elusive Siamese black gibbon makes its home. These are not monkeys. They are apes, our distant cousins, lacking tails and possessing a higher intelligence. They live in tight-knit, monogamous family groups, their complex duets strengthening pair bonds and warning rivals away from their territory. They are the guardians of the canopy, essential for a healthy forest. By eating fruits, they disperse seeds across vast distances, helping the rainforest regenerate and thrive. When you watch a gibbon family at sunrise, it's like watching a perfectly choreographed ballet. The parents sing their duet, the young play and learn. They are a symbol of the forest's vitality. Where the gibbons sing, the ecosystem is whole, but the song is fading. All Lao gibbon species are now classified as critically endangered. Their numbers are critically low. The primary threat is the relentless loss of their world. Habitat destruction from logging, both legal and illegal, and the expansion of agriculture fractures their ancient homes. These acrobats need continuous canopy to survive. A road or a clearing can isolate a family, dooming them to a slow genetic and nutritional decline. And then there is a more direct, brutal threat: hunting. Gibbons are hunted for the bushmeat trade and, tragically, for traditional medicine. Their bones are sometimes ground into tonics. Infant gibbons are captured alive to be sold as pets, a process that invariably involves shooting the mother out of the trees. Every day we find snares. It is a constant battle. The hunters are often poor, looking for food or income, but the impact is devastating. We find empty forests. The silence is the worst thing to hear. Yet, in the face of this silence, there is a growing chorus of hope. Conservation efforts are fighting back to ensure the song does not fall silent. Central to this fight is the protection of key habitats. National protected areas like Namit Pho Loe and Nakai Nam Theun have become the last strongholds. Here, dedicated rangers risk their lives to patrol and protect the gibbons and their home. Science is also a powerful weapon. Researchers use the gibbons' own songs to monitor populations. By triangulating their calls, they can estimate group numbers and locations without ever disturbing them. But perhaps the most crucial front is with people. Long-term success depends on community conservation. Initiatives are showing local communities that a living gibbon is more valuable than a dead one. Ecotourism creates jobs for guides and homestays. Visitors from around the world will pay to hear that unforgettable dawn song, providing a sustainable income that incentivizes protection. It's about building a future where people and gibbons can coexist. We're not just saving an animal, we're saving an entire ecosystem that provides water, clean air, and stability for everyone, human and animal alike. The story of the Gibbons of Laos is at a tipping point. It is a story of breathtaking beauty and profound loss. But it is also a story of resilience. The Gibbon song is more than just a call. It is a barometer for the health of our planet. Its survival depends on the choices we make now, supporting conservation, combating the illegal wildlife trade, and protecting the majestic forests of Laos. The echoes are still there, ringing through the canopy. The question is, will we continue to listen? And more importantly, will we answer? In the early 1990s, the rainforests of Laos were a world apart, a vast emerald kingdom home to a staggering diversity of life, a place where ancient rhythms of nature still held sway. We see a troop of stump-tailed macaques moving through the undergrowth. They are robust, with thick brown fur and expressive, hairless faces that flush red with excitement or aggression. Their most distinctive feature is their short, almost non-existent tail. And here, in the heart of this ancient forest, lives a primate unlike any other, the stump-tailed macaque, a social, intelligent, and highly expressive monkey named for its curious, abbreviated tail. A close-up on a juvenile macaque, its face a mask of playful curiosity. It wrestles with a sibling, tumbling through the leaf litter. For centuries, these macaques have roamed these forests, playing a vital role in the health of their ecosystem. As they forage for fruits and seeds, they disperse them far and wide, helping to regenerate the very forest that sustains them. The stump-tailed macaque is a fascinating species. They have a complex social structure with intricate hierarchies and alliances. They are incredibly intelligent, capable of complex problem-solving. And their expressive faces, they communicate so much with a simple glance or a flush of color. We see a map of Laos, with the historical range of the stump-tailed macaque highlighted, covering a significant portion of the country's forested areas. In the early 1990s, the stump-tailed macaque was a common sight in the forests of Laos. Their populations were healthy, their habitat largely intact. But a storm was gathering on the horizon, a storm that would threaten the very existence of this remarkable primate. A small, traditional village on the edge of the forest. Villagers go about their daily lives, their connection to the forest evident in their homes, their food, and their culture. For generations, the people of Laos have lived in harmony with the forest. They have relied on its bounty for sustenance, for shelter, for their very way of life. And for centuries, this relationship was a sustainable one. But the pressures of the modern world were beginning to encroach on this ancient balance. The turn of the millennium brought with it a new and devastating threat to the forests of Laos. The demand for timber, for agricultural land, for the resources of the forest exploded. And the stump-tailed macaque found itself on the front line of a war it could not win. We see footage of logging trucks carrying massive tree trunks down dusty roads. Large swathes of forest are cleared for rubber and coffee plantations. The rate of deforestation in the 2000s was catastrophic. We were losing thousands of hectares of forest every year. And with the forest, we were losing the habitat of countless species, including the stump-tailed macaque. Their home was literally disappearing before their eyes. The loss of their forest home was only the beginning of the macaque's troubles. A more insidious threat was also on the rise: the illegal wildlife trade. Driven by a growing demand for bushmeat and exotic pets, the illegal wildlife trade tightened its grip on Laos. The stump-tailed macaque, with its gentle nature and expressive face, became a prime target. In those days, it was easy money. We would go into the forest, set our traps, and we would always catch something. A macaque, it would fetch a good price in the market. We didn't think about the future. We only thought about feeding our families. By the late 2000s, the world of the stump-tailed macaque had been shattered. Their once vast forest home was now a fragmented patchwork of isolated islands. Their populations were in freefall, and the future looked bleak. We were witnessing a silent extinction. The stump-tailed macaque was disappearing from areas where it had once been abundant. And the world was barely taking notice. We knew that if we didn't act, and act fast, we would lose them forever. But in the face of this looming crisis, a new movement was beginning to take hold. The Laotian government, with the support of international conservation organizations, began to take a stand. National protected areas were established, wildlife protection laws were strengthened, and a new generation of conservationists was trained and equipped to protect the country's natural heritage. We see a team of conservationists from the Wildlife Conservation Society, WCS, trekking through the forest, setting up camera traps to monitor macaque populations. On the front lines of this fight are dedicated individuals, both Laotian and international, who are working tirelessly to give the stump-tailed macaque a fighting chance. We are using science and technology to better understand the macaques. Where are they living? What are their greatest threats? This information is crucial for developing effective conservation strategies.
Among these hidden denizens is a creature both unassuming and extraordinary, the Malayan porcupine. Covered in dense, sharp quills, it is at once vulnerable and formidable, a master of defense and stealth. Its life is a constant negotiation between the dangers of day and the relative freedom of night. By daylight, the porcupine remains hidden, retreating into burrows, crevices, and hollowed tree trunks. The forest is alive with danger. Leopards patrol silently, snakes coil beneath fallen leaves, and birds of prey scan the undergrowth. Even small mammals and monkeys can be threats to juvenile porcupines. In the sun-drenched hours, the porcupine's quills provide a natural shield, deterring any predator that ventures too close. It rests, conserving energy, listening to the forest's quiet pulse. As dusk falls, the forest transforms. Shadows lengthen, the temperature cools, and the rainforest becomes a nocturnal kingdom. The porcupine awakens, venturing from its refuge into the darkened undergrowth. Guided by its acute sense of smell and touch, It navigates a world alive with hidden movement. Its diet is versatile. Fallen fruits, roots, tubers, bark, and occasionally small bones from animals long gone. The calcium from bones strengthens its quills, reinforcing the very armor that protects it from predators. Nighttime is a dance of survival. The forest is alive with hunters. Leopards prowl silently. Pythons glide through undergrowth. Civets and wild dogs roam in packs. Yet the porcupine moves cautiously, deliberately, quills raised, ready to defend itself. If attacked, it hisses and charges backward, quills leading the way, deterring even the most determined predator. Few dare to test this small yet formidable creature twice. Hunting is not merely a matter of instinct, but necessity. Each meal is a calculated risk. Foraging requires skill, patience, and knowledge of the terrain. The porcupine's nocturnal journeys also help sustain the rainforest. By consuming fallen fruits and dispersing seeds, it plays a critical role in forest regeneration. Its activity turns decay into life, a quiet yet vital contribution to the ecosystem. Yet the modern world presents challenges the porcupine cannot fully escape. Human activity increasingly encroaches on its habitat. Logging, agriculture, and hunting reduce available territory and increase the risks of predation and starvation. In some areas, porcupines are hunted for meat, prized for quills, or captured for traditional medicine. Despite these pressures, the Malayan porcupine endures, a testament to resilience, adaptation, and survival instinct honed over millennia. Observing the porcupine over a full cycle of day and night reveals remarkable adaptability. In daylight, it rests, blending into the forest floor, conserving energy and avoiding detection. At night, it becomes an active forager, moving with caution and precision, sensing vibrations, odors, and subtle changes in the environment. Every movement is deliberate, each choice informed by the constant presence of danger. Its quills are not only a defensive tool, but a symbol of the intricate relationship between predator and prey in the rainforest. The story of the Malayan porcupine is inseparable from the story of the Laos rainforest itself. Each creature, each plant, contributes to a complex web of life. From insects decomposing fallen leaves to large mammals shaping the forest canopy, every action matters. The porcupine is both a survivor and a contributor, quietly maintaining the balance of this vibrant ecosystem. In 2025, conservation is more critical than ever. As forests shrink and species face increasing pressures, understanding the porcupine's role becomes vital. Protecting it means protecting the forest, the rivers, and the countless species that rely on them. Each porcupine is a living testament to resilience, a small but powerful guardian of the forest's intricate rhythms. As the night deepens, the Malayan porcupine moves softly over leaf litter, quills brushing against moss-covered rocks. Ears alert to the slightest sound. Each step, each bite of food, each cautious pause reflects survival honed over generations. By dawn, it returns to its hidden burrow, resting and preparing for another day of concealment, conservation, and cautious exploration. The porcupine's life is a narrative of balance between light and darkness, predator and prey, vulnerability and defense, destruction and regeneration. It teaches us that survival is not about strength alone, but strategy, patience, and adaptation. In its quiet way, the Malayan porcupine embodies the enduring spirit of the rainforest, reminding us that life persists in even the most challenging conditions.
In the shadows of the Laos rainforest, the porcupine endures. Its story is etched in quills, footsteps, and the rustle of leaves, a living testament to nature's resilience. Watching it move through the undergrowth, one realizes that this small, armored creature is more than an inhabitant of the forest. It is a symbol of life itself, a guardian of one of the most biodiverse ecosystems on Earth. As the sun rises and the first light filters through the canopy, the rainforest awakens. Birds call, insects stir, and the forest hums with life. The porcupine retreats to safety, resting until the night falls once again, ready to continue its quiet, armored journey. Its survival, its hunting, its movement through shadow and light tells a story older than human memory. A story of endurance, adaptation, and the fragile, enduring beauty of the natural world. The Malayan porcupine reminds us that even the smallest creatures have profound importance. In the vastness of the Laos rainforest, it stands as a symbol of resilience, a testament to life persisting against odds, a living thread in the fabric of one of the planet's most precious and endangered habitats.